Ladies and gentlemen, it is a special day because it is Tuesday, but it's not just any Tuesday.
It's Taco Tuesday!
Okay, Mr. James, yes, it is technically a Taco Tuesday. It's also 3 a.m. as I record this right now, so I'm not just gonna go and make some
Taco Tuesday!
Yes, Mr. James, I get it. I get it. It's Tuesday. You get excited, but it's not just exciting because
Taco Tuesday.
Okay, I give up. There's a new update, so we're going to talk about that. So normally I start off a new season by showing you guys the new cutscene that was added in with the new season. But for Season 6, it's actually the exact same cutscene that they put out for the trailer for Season 6 with the whole subway, Nikolai, Farah, and everything like that. So there's really nothing else for us to talk about there. Now, where you will start to notice a difference is, first of all, in the main menu, you have a new opening scene. On top of this, when you actually end up getting into the menus, you also have a new background here as well that your character walks through. Now, starting off in the store, we have two new bundles this week. First of all, the Undead Forces and the Fool's Gold 3. So the Undead Forces is by far the coolest of the two. So with this one, you get, first of all, the Red Menace skin for Sid. This is the skin that a lot of people were mistaking for Nikolai in a lot of the promotional material. I will say it doesn't look a lot like him, especially if you're looking at from the side or the back, but clearly it is not Nikolai. On top of this, you also get an assault rifle blueprint with this one. It looks pretty cool, but the attachments on it are not very good, at least in my opinion. The coolest thing out of all of this, though, is you get the Hellhound finishing move, which is like one of the dog finishing moves, but this time it's a Hellhound. Obviously, this is supposed to be relating to zombies with the weapon name there, Red Menace, looking like Nikolai, so on and so forth. On top of this, you also get a Sid quip, but also the Bitey weapon charm, a calling card with zombies on it, a dust-to-dust emblem, and the Wallby spray. So all of these, once again, relating to zombies. Now, after this, we have the Fool's Gold 3. For this one, you have the Executive Suite. This is a assault rifle blueprint, as you can see here. That's basically all that comes with this bundle. There's also several different like Halloween themed bundles down here, as you can see, but I'm not going to go into every single one of them. Of course, every single season we get a bunch of new bundles there as well. Now, as far as the Battle Pass, I did a whole separate video on this earlier today. If you want to check it out, it'll be the first link down in the description or at the end of the video or on screen if you want to check it out. Before we dive into the rest of the update, and the biggest part, of course, being Warzone, I just wanted to say that thank you for the recent support on the channel. It's been absolutely insane. We're getting closer and closer to 1 million subscribers day after day, and I was looking at my analytics, and about only 35% of you who normally watch my videos are actually subscribed to the channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, it's always appreciated if you do. Turn on notifications, all that jazz. But let's dive into the new things inside of Battle Royale, aka Warzone, this week. So first of all, for the Battle Royale modes, you have the normals, quads, trios, duos, solos, also plunder trios, but there is also a new mode called Armor Royale. As you can see, it's a limited time mode only, and you have to play with squad fill on. So if there's 2 or 3 of your friends you want to play with, you automatically have to play with a random, which I don't love. So once you get in this game mode, the basic way of playing it is you land with your team on a truck. This is an armored truck. It has extra health, and it also has a mounted machine gun on it. And basically, as long as that truck is alive, your team can continuously respawn. I think there's like a 20-second respawn delay, but as long as the truck's there, your team can keep coming back. And as you do, you run into another team, they'll keep spawning back until you explode their truck. Honestly, not my favorite game mode, probably won't be playing it too much. That being said, it is an easy way to get some kills if you just let them keep spawning back over and over again. The other big new thing inside of Warzone is the subway stations, aka the Metro. This edition is awesome. This is probably my favorite edition that they've added into Warzone so far. Essentially, what these are is fast travel points. Basically, you get on the train and it'll bring you to the next station in line. If there's gas blocking you, it will bring you to the next station that is not inside the gas. If any of your teammates go in front of the train, they will kill them. If you stand on the tracks for too long, it does damage to you. Essentially, it's a fast travel point where loot spawn. Now, there is an Easter egg to do with these metros. I haven't figured it out yet. As soon as I do, I will bring you guys a video for it. I don't think it's nearly as difficult as like the stadium one for Blast Season. I already have a pretty good idea of how to do it. But once I figure that fully, I will bring you guys a video specifically on that. But as far as the metros go, absolutely loving this addition. Now, a couple other smaller things that were added with this update is, first of all, a new kill streak inside Warzone called Foresight. And when you use it, it actually shows you all of these zones that finish the game of Warzone, even the ones that move at the very end. This is pretty crazy. I don't know if it stays on your minimap for the entire game or whether it's just a limited time thing, but this is a pretty powerful kill streak, and so far I've only ever seen it found inside of bunkers, so I don't know if that's the only way of getting it, but I personally haven't seen it. This was just something I saw on Twitter. And then the last thing for Warzone, and by far the weirdest thing in Warzone, is if you go to this location here, there is a little campsite. It's actually one of the intel locations from the last intel added in Season 5. This just kind of happens when you're there. Yeah, I know, creepy as hell. I don't know why it does it. You can do it for yourself. I'm guessing it has something to do with the Haunting of Verdansk that's going to start on October 20th. Now, the other thing that's been happening to me a lot since this update is this here, blue screening and the game crashing. And I've heard that this has also been happening on PC. So if you're experiencing this, just know that you're not alone, and hopefully they patch it soon. So moving into multiplayer, the first playlist that we have here is Ground War, and there was supposed to be a new Ground War map added today called Verdansk Riverside, and it's kind of like the northeastern side of the Warzone map in a Ground War map. I have personally not got into a game of this. I haven't even seen it in a lobby, so I don't know if they didn't add it today or not, but personally, I couldn't see it. If you've gotten in a game with it, let me know what you think of it down in the comments, because I personally haven't seen it yet. After this, we have Blueprint Gunfight Customs, and then after this, we have Face Off Station. So Station is a brand new map. Face Off is just a mosh pit playlist where you play with one other person, 2v2 on this map. And as far as this map, I actually really liked it. It's rather small. It's not the smallest 2v2 map, but I think it has a good flow to it, and I give this one a thumbs up. After this, there is a new mode called Kill Streak Confirmed. This one is basically as you pick up more and more dog tags, in other words, as you play the objectives, that is the way you get kill streaks in game. Even if you die, you still keep that streak going, and you can earn higher kill streaks simply by capturing dog tags, which is pretty cool, and this is a great mode if you're going for launcher challenges, by the way. And then finally, Season 6 Mosh Pit. So there are two different maps here, the first of which is Broadcast. Broadcast is pretty straightforward. If you played Call of Duty before, you probably played this map. I enjoy this map. Some people don't. They don't like how people can just camp on the second story, and I get that. But personally, I do enjoy this map, and out of any of the maps that were added in Season 6, Broadcast is probably my favorite. The second map is the Tank Factory. In my opinion, this map sucks. It's just too big for me. In 10v10, it might be okay, but since I was playing the Mosh Pit, it's only 6v6. I was having trouble finding people. I just don't think it's the best map in the game. Definitely better maps. But like I said, just a little bit too big for my liking. That being said, though, it might work in 10v10. I just haven't tried that yet. Now, with the new season, in the Battle Pass, there are two new weapons, both of which you can get for free simply by leveling it up. The first of which is the AS Val. This is, I believe, unlocked at level 31, and this one is a fast-firing AR that has a built-in suppressor, and it kind of sucks. I like it up close. It's almost like a really good SMG, but at long range, this thing has so much recoil. I would be surprised if anyone's using this as an assault rifle in Warzone. At long range, it just bounces a lot, very hard to stay on target, which is why I don't see a lot of people using it in Warzone. That being said, as an SMG, it drops people really fast up close. So in MP, I think this could work. In Warzone, if you use it as an SMG, it might be good. The problem is your movement speed is slower than if you were to use an SMG. All in all, though, good up close, really a lot of recoil at long range. The second gun that we have is called the SPR-208. This gun is awesome. So this one comes without a scope, but of course you can put many different scopes on it. But the interesting thing about this one is, in my experience using it, it was a 2-shot kill in Warzone. I tried to get headshots with it with people with full armor, and it didn't appear as though it was dropping them. That being said, I wasn't really able to test it very well because I didn't have a scope on it. That being said, though, there is a type of ammo for this weapon called the 338 Lapua, and this one improves the damage range and overall damage. And I'm guessing that with these rounds, it becomes a 1-shot kill to the head in Warzone, and I think that this could be a very good sniper in Warzone. Now, I'll have to try it and unlock this, but as of right now, I do really enjoy this weapon in both MP and Warzone. So moving into the updates, the buffs, the nerfs, that kind of thing. First of all, as per usual, I'm not going to be covering everything that they have changed, like all the little things, descriptions of weapons and stuff like that. I just cover the things that are actually going to affect your gameplay and are actually going to change the way the game plays as a whole and the meta. And there's quite a few of them that we have to talk about today. Not an overwhelming amount, but quite a few that are actually really going to affect the game. The first of which I think is actually probably the biggest is for the C4. The C4 got a big nerf. They added a slight delay when performing a quick detonation. A beep will now play when quick detonation is triggered, also reduce the throw initial velocity by 30%. So in other words, you can't throw the C4 as far. There's a little bit of a delay before you blow it up, and it will warn anyone around the C4 that it is about to blow up as well. This is kind of actually how the C4 worked in Black Ops Cold War, and yes, it'll still do just as much damage to vehicles, but it'll be harder to hit them because you can't throw it as far, and there's a little bit of a delay that you're going to have to adapt to. So big change to C4 here, kind of surprising, didn't see this one coming, and I'm curious what you guys think of it. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Personally, I think the reason why they did this is because basically everyone uses C4 in Warzone. Maybe they're trying to switch it up, so some people will use Semtexes or something a little bit different, Molotovs, Thermites, something along those lines. I don't think it necessarily will, but we'll have to wait and see. After this, we have stopping power rounds. They fixed an issue where players could obtain unlimited stopping power rounds. Obviously, this is a big problem. You can't have someone against you always having one less bullet to kill. It was to a point where I was running into full teams of players using this in Warzone, and their team would just shred you. There was nothing you could do. So I'm glad to see that this is fixed. I kind of was hoping they'd address it a little bit earlier, but at least we have it now. The next one we have here is for the Molotov and frag grenades. Essentially what this was, there was a glitch in Search and Destroy where you could throw a Molotov inside of the bomb, and when someone went to go to defuse it, it went off and killed anyone on that bomb site. It was kind of an interesting thing, but obviously kind of game breaking for Search and Destroy, so that is now fixed. The next one after this is they nerfed the Origin 12. What they did here is reduce the very close damage in Warzone. It says specifically in Warzone, and I'm happy to see this because if they nerf this in MP, the gun would be absolutely useless. Now, I am curious to see how much and how far they actually nerfed the damage and damage range. This is a gun that literally was dominating Warzone. Every single player was using it. It made it so you couldn't push buildings. So I'm guessing it's quite a substantial nerf if they just did it in Warzone, but we'll have to wait and see. And it is also possible that people start just using the R90 with incendiary rounds. It's basically just as good, just didn't quite shoot as fast. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one actually changes the meta of the game. Or the other option is that people start running slugs in shotguns, because as of this update, shotguns increase damage of slugs in Warzone. So this is any shotgun, could be the R90, could be the Origin. Any shotgun with slugs, they increase the damage of it. This is going to be interesting because depending on how much they increase the damage, this could be the new meta for short range within Warzone. We're going to have to wait and see. It might still totally suck. Slugs is one of those things that they've kind of balanced a lot throughout the game, back with a 725 in MP and now in Warzone. Like I said, it's going to be interesting to see where this one falls. And then the last one we have for weapons here is with the chainsaw. So they've specifically added to the description that you can't mount while using this attachment. Also, they increased the brightness on the tac laser attachment. Assumingly, they thought it was too powerful and too hard to see, so they changed that. Nothing really big there. I just thought you guys might want to know that one. Now, that is all of, in my opinion, the important updates in this patch. But if you want a full list of the 1.27 update, I will link that down in the description. If you want to check it out, the full patch notes will be there. But this is basically the Season 6 update, aka Update 1.27. For the most part, I like what they added. I love the metros. I think the battle pass is pretty damn good. I like a lot of the things that they're doing with multiplayer. So all in all, I think it's a pretty damn good update for a season, and I'm really curious to see where it's going with the Haunting of Verdansk starting on October the 20th. But hopefully I covered everything you needed to know. If you enjoyed the video, it's always appreciated if you do hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join me on the road to 1 million subscribers. And as always, let me know what you think of all of this down in the comments. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
Listen.